Welcome back to another Mechanical Ascension X video. In this video, we're going to be covering the Remnant items. That's right, we're going to be covering all 30 of the items you see right here. And I'm going to start off with this way too high enhancer, which as the description says, is literally fucking useless. You cannot use that, it's up there, and yours are not getting up there. If they somehow did, you'd get 2 times out of it. Yeah, that item's a joke, completely useless. Next up, we have Uncanny, which you get 5 of them. It's just a skull toilet. It doesn't even serve any purpose. It's just decoration. Next up, we have Ultra Craftsman Teleporter. This teleporter sends you to this guy in the mushrooms, where you can then speak to him to craft ultras. Oh, and apparently this guy's here. I don't know who you are. The catalyst needs multiple components. What the hell do you mean? Anyway. Let me go back to my base, then find the stupid teleporter. Anyway, the next up we have the End of Days. Next up we have Summer Splash. This is one of the first of the actually usable items, as this is a simple portable that does 2 times if your ores are not on fire. This is like the epinephrine where you can just put it underneath items and it'll do work. Actually, not a bad item. Next up we have the Skull Toilet. This is very similar to a shadow item called the Gnomic Atonement, where it does a multiplier and flings your ore. With the tag Flush's Brain. I dropped it again. Anyway, it actually does an upgrade, so it's actually more usable than 90% of these items. Alright, next up we have Singularity Processing Unit. This is an AoE furnace, and that processes ores at 100 times. If you don't know what I mean by AoE furnace, basically, if you put a mine in here, and it will automatically process the ore. Or at least it would if I could figure out where the blooming message for it was. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you saw it processing all right there. Anyway, on to the next one, where we have the Super Infuser, which makes you go so immensely fast that you basically cannot control yourself. You turn into Goku, and then you go so fast and jump so immensely high that you get sent to oblivion. So obviously I'm going to reset that to get rid of it, as you literally can't control yourself and the review would be impossible. Alright, next up we have the Repulsive Frog. You place this item down and it just sends you away from your base. You can't get close to it. If you try to get close to it, it goes no you. You can't get close to this thing. I can't even withdraw it. I literally have to use withdraw all to get rid of it. Alright, next up we have one of the few useful items again, Remnant of the Path. This is a static upgrader that does a 1.02 times upgrade up to 150 times. Only downside is that it takes a while to do so. It's 1.25 seconds. Overall, not great, not terrible. Somewhat usable item. Alright, next up we have the Reroll Teleporter, which teleports you to this guy, which allows you to re-roll your prestige items. Yeah, nothing too special about that one. Alright, next up we have the Peaceful Crane, an item which tries to kill you. I'm not joking, this crane is literally trying to kill me right now. I'm running away from it. Can you stop? Why did they add this to the game? Who thought this was a good idea? Next up we have the Ore Wriggler. This is like the Ore Wiggler, but instead of doing 4 times, it does +1 one time, and it has a cannon impulse of infinity. So do with that what you will. Alright, next up we have the Merchant Teleporter, which teleports you to this person who sells you the luxury items for a small amount of Cosmite. Alright, next up we have one of the actual best items you get from this, the Mega Relic of Eternal Rewards, which allows you to claim a bonus daily reward every day. This time I got 5 Cosmite out of it. Very useful item. Definitely recommend using. Next up we have the Louie Fish plushie, which is just a plushie of Louie Fish from the hit game Astral Excursion. Yeah, I don't know why that's here. Alright, next up we have Landmine. It does that. And when you step in it goes back into your inventory. Alright, next up we have the item called Jupiter. Don't touch its hitbox. If you touch its hitbox, that happens. Alright, next up we have probably the best one, the Heavenly Relic. This will spawn a bunch of crates around the map when you use it. And you can use it once per day. And then we can go and collect those crates. So I'm going to do that real quick. Alright, there we go. You can actually see the crates are down here. These are the crates that spawns in, and they actually are pretty damn powerful. Honestly, in my opinion, a little too powerful. They give you a ton of charged and basic boxes. Honestly, in my opinion, this probably could do with being nerfed. It's really good. Like, honestly, who thought that was a good idea? Next up we have the froggy jump pad that says do not jump on it. Yeah, that happens, and then you can't teleport back because velocity. Right, next up we have the fishy infuser. This turns you into a fish. But I can't use it right now because I've already been infused. Nice. Next up we have the fishy fish. It drops various fish. The ores are worth a little bit, so it's actually not terrible, but it's not usable for late game. Alright, next up we have the fish teleporter, which teleports you into the middle of the ocean. Next up we have the Draconic Collider. This mysterious looking item will turn the collision of all your ores back on, meaning they will collide with each other and cause clogs. Basically, Miner's Haven in 2017. Next up we have the Crafting Teleporter. This item teleports you to these two people where you can craft various items. Alright, next up we have the Bejeweled Infuser, which does that. Alright, next up we have a Bejeweled Conveyor. It is just a conveyor. It has a reasonably high conveyor speed on it, so do with that what you will. Alright, next up we have the Ascension Teleporter, which teleports you to the Ascension place, where you can craft your amalgamation items and abominations. I am super close to getting Whirlpool Gale Force. Anyway, I'm going to go back real quick. And last but not least, we have the Aerovator. You drop ores onto this thing and they're not going to have a fun time. As this sends you all up into the sky. Or at least it tries to. With various success. And that is it for all the Remnant items. I hope you liked that review. Goodbye.